Welcome to the Circuito Shiro, a course that takes drivers from the shores of Copacabana Beach to the vistas of Corcovado Mountain. I'm here to give you your first look and first drive of the spectacular 2017 Ford GT on the colorful streets of Brazil's marvelous city.
Hey guys, Shiro here with Forza Motorsport 6. And what an intro to that. I love it. First race right when you start the game. You know, you're on the car on the cover of the Ford GT. And I think it's a great way to start a racing game. And Forza is definitely probably my favorite racing game franchise ever. I've played Need for Speed, I've played some Gran Turismo. Once you go Forza, it's really hard to go back. And a lot of this, if you can't tell already, is going to be post-commentary. I thought about doing live commentary, but I figured it would polarize to either I'm just either going to be very calm or I'm not really saying anything, or it's just going to be road rage, pretty much. So, I'm going to do post-commentary as I'm doing this here. So, going through this tunnel here. And I think this first race was automatic transmission, if I'm not mistaken, but it was just really nice being able to drive this car. And again, just starting off, like, bam, right there. It's great. Just bumping on that Corvette. One thing I've always loved about the Forza games is just how beautiful they look. I started off with Forza 3 on the 360, and then I got Forza 4 after that. I love both games. I especially loved the partnership with Top Gear in Forza 4. I loved it so much. I didn't play 5 or any of the Horizon games, unfortunately. I've heard Forza Horizon is a really great series. Eventually I want to check it out. Forza 5, I didn't get to play it. I didn't have an Xbone at the time, or Xbox One. I actually just recently got this around early September, just in time for Forza 6, though main reason I wanted the Xbox One was for scale down. So that's the main reason I got the console. Other perks, of course, mod support for Fallout 4. Really looking forward to that. I'm really not sure if my PC is going to be able to handle Fallout 4, so I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to play it on Xbox One. Fireworks, that's so cool. I love it. I love it so much.
Congratulations, you have completed your first race. Nice driving. Just what I would expect from a Forza veteran. We'd like to thank you for your loyalty with some gifts we've selected just for you.
Nice, nice BMW. I love the Nissan GTR, one of my favorite cars. Whatever. Ford Focus, good one. And of course some credits. Then one thing I also really loved about the series is how they pay attention. They know you've played the older games. And I love it when a company does that with their games. Here, setting the assists. It's actually kind of hard to see this. I'm looking at it through the screen on Adobe Premiere because I didn't want to export it and then, you know, watch the video. But I leave the line on because I'm a scrub like that. I usually keep traction control on. Play with manual with clutch. Even though I'm not the best at manual with clutch, you're gonna notice I'm gonna do really bad at the takeoffs. And then here I picked the Mazda RX-7. Mazda RX-7 is one of my favorite vehicles ever. I love the way the rotary engine works. Though it saddens me. Yeah, there I am, terrible at the takeoff. That saddens me they didn't have the second gen RX-7. That's my favorite RX-7. The one I'm driving here is the third gen. Usually a lot of people know it from the first Fast and Furious movie. It's that first vehicle that Vin Diesel drives in the film. Other people probably know them if you're Initial D fans. Yeah, the Rotary Brothers. Awesome characters. Yeah, they have the first gen RX-7 in this game, but not the second one. I'm kind of hoping it's going to be in a DLC pack or something like that. I really love that car. Here, I really fucked up. I hit a car, really just losing distance and time. Really bad at the start. I was again driving clutch. And yeah, not going anywhere. So I decided to use the Dagger of Time. In my headcanon, the Forza Motorsport series takes place in the exact same universe as Prince of Persia. Somehow the driver got the Dagger of Time. So I'm just constantly rewinding here. And this is kind of one little feature I do like about Forza games. I think some other racing games have that feature too. I haven't really experienced it so much in this one, but I know in some of the older Forza games you can only rewind a certain amount of times. But I think the game kind of keeps track of when you initially messed up, because it'll even prompt you like, "Hey, you want to rewind here?" And do forgive me, I am a little sick. Just getting over a cold here. I didn't mention this earlier. Another thing I really like about this right now is that this is a nighttime race. You know, it's dark. You just got the headlights from your car. I love the detail that you got the flip-up lights. That's one of the things I love the most about vehicles from around the 80s, early 90s. The flip-up headlights. I love it. I love them so much. I really wish they would bring them back. Brake around. Another cool aspect about this game is the Drivatar feature. You might notice there's like handles, like gamer tags above the cars. So it's pretty cool. So people on your friends list are on there. My roommate should be in this race. He's driving like a Volkswagen Golf. Has like Boba Fett design. I might have passed them up already, I'm not sure. Really bad on the turn there. And it has been so long since I played Forza 2. Well, Forza as well, I should say. Because the last game I played was Forza 5. 4. I'm sorry. Forza 4. But I didn't play 5. I'm messing up all over the place. So, also trying to get right back into the groove of things. I'm skidding all over the place. Got a nice straightaway here. Brake for the turn. I also really like the soundtrack to this game. This game has a lot of good music. Oh man, that's terrible to turn. Come on. Just gotta pass you up. Almost there. And I love the sound when you shift. Brake. Oh, did it do bad? It did terrible. Oh, so bad. I hate it. Still going. It's terrible. Now I have to fight my way back up there. Try to pass him up again. this turn. Or not. Never mind. Yeah, I'm just gonna rewind that. See if I can do it better this time. Shift in a second. Just creep up on him. Just creep up. It's nice and easy. And love tap. Alright. So in top 3. Usually that's enough to pass. Bad turn. Finish line's coming up. Alright, and third place. Which qualifies, so that's good. It's good enough for me.
Each time you increase your driver level, you'll win a prize spin. You've earned your first prize spin. You could win a credits windfall, mod packs, or even
now
a
the prize spin
brand new
was
car.
new to me. I'm kind of
Press A
used
to
to
stop the spin
you just
and see
level
what
up
you
and they
win.
just give you a vehicle. So this is kind of nice. It adds a bit more,
You won
I guess,
a new
excitement
car.
to it. So remember, I would just play with friends and be like, "Oh, I got driver level 7. Oh, me too. What vehicle would you get?" And it's the same
For
one.
most of us,
So in this one,
our
you never
first
get something
and
different.
sometimes only taste of racing comes on the streets. If you love cars, this is where it all starts. In the empty parking areas and on the city streets where you race your mates between stoplights. We do this in the very first cars we owned, or the ones we saved up for later. Then we fiddled with the engines and the suspension until they went faster, and added stripes and stickers so they looked faster too. It's the same around the world, whether it's on
Flame
Japanese
decals
mountain
add
roads,
5
on
horsepower.
Britain's back lanes, or America's superhighways. We're talking about affordable heroes, cars that bring performance to the people. Whether they're smoking around a parking lot or hammering along a city circuit you designed yourself. They aren't the most expensive, and they won't win every drag race. But they all prove one thing. You don't need $1 million to have a car with a big heart.
I love the little
Each
intros
volume
like this.
contains 3
It's real
series.
nice.
You'll get to choose which car you'll use for each one. You are now entered in the Challenger series. Each circuit in this series will challenge different aspects of your car.
Another thing I
and
really
your
like that you're
skill
going to
as a
see
driver.
shortly
Let's go
is they
choose
kept the
what
partnership
kind
with
of car
Top
you'll be
Gear.
driving.
However, they don't
Each
have
division
Clarkson
contains
due
a
to
group
some
of cars
recent
from a
events,
specific
but
car subculture.
you get to hear
Select one of the
Hammond and May,
highlighted
which I
divisions
love.
below
So
to choose a car from its
I'm
roster.
going to nerd out here for a bit, and hopefully you will too.
Home of the noble art of drifting. Made famous by cult movies, manga comics, and console games, all of which celebrated the street racers who baited cops with midnight runs through big cities before escaping to twisty mountain roads in their homegrown coupes, slithering to freedom in clouds of tire smoke.
Based on that most useful of car layouts, the hatchback, these cars are all about power, performance, and, of course, practicality. Hot hatches are cars you can drive every day and in every way. Small and responsive, they're perfect for bombing around tight roads, and when you're done with that, you can use them for shopping trips and other boring things that get in the way of proper driving.
2 doors on a small car. Lightweight, pokey, skinny tired, rear-wheel drive and affordable. Sounds simple, doesn't it? Yet it takes guts for a manufacturer to produce cars like these. Cars that take the demands of practical motoring and place them on the non-existent back seat. Because really they're made for one thing, driving, even if you have nowhere to go.
Love it. I really really wish Clarkson could have been in this one. So here, I'm going to do one of the rain races, which I was so excited for. Again, terrible at the start. Here, driving a Nissan 240SX, rear-wheel drive, so it's not going to be easy. This was a very difficult race for me. I had to do this like so many times before I finally passed it. And it's so different. I love the detail, the water on the windshield, the wipers, even just another thing I really like, and it's really small, but I love it, is every now and then you'll see the driver's hands like re-grip the steering wheel, and I love it. I love the detail. And the hydroplaning, of course, annoying. So definitely made this a difficult race, and you're probably going to see me rewind quite a few times. Again, I had to do this race so many times before I finally got it down. And I haven't even really got it down. I was just able to pass it. So, let's see how we do here. Almost thought I was going to rear-end that guy. Nope, not. Instead I rear-ended these dudes. Look at that. Why did you drive a convertible in the rain? I actually think that's my cousin, or step-cousin. I don't know how that works. Somebody get back to me. But I don't know why he chose convertible in the rain. It's dumb. You're just gonna get wet. Get water all over your visor. You won't be able to see shit. Oh, right. This would be so much easier in a front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive vehicle, but no. I had to pick with my love of Nissan. Use 240. I should have tried to get a Skyline. That's all-wheel drive, and I love the Skyline, but I probably couldn't afford it or something. I don't know. Nissan 240 is another one that I really love, but my favorite Nissan of all time is the GTR. Preferably like the 30, 33, 32 or 33. 34 is nice too. Of course, anything above the 35 is 36. I still love them, but I really like those older ones a bit too. Brake. Go slow. See if we can pass this guy up. Oh, just barely. Oh, that was so bad. Oh, it's right there all along. Okay, big turn's gonna come here. Gently. Get it? Nope. Alright. Another thing with these races too is like sometimes I was afraid to shift into higher gears. I think later as I went through I kind of got over it, but it still hearing the water splash. It's great. Oh, that was such a terrible turn. That was so bad. Just getting out of control. Alright, let's see if we can do that a bit better. Oh. There we go. Oh no! Yeah, no. That's not good. Try to see if we can do that a bit better. Probably tried accelerating a bit too fast. Okay. Slow and steady. Slightly. gotta hold the position, really. I mean, we just need to be in the top 3, but why why settle for that when you're already in first? Gotta go slow around that turn. Oh, lots of water. Okay, turn coming up. Slow. Oh no! Outside the lane! Go! 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 Okay! Gotta shift in the third. I didn't want to, but... outside lane. Not satisfied with that. Taking a good look behind me to see where he's at. I love you can just see him in the rear view mirror as well. It's great. Another thing with this game, it's so hard for me to play in any other camera mode aside from the cockpit. I love it so much. Brake, 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 brake. Oh, he's coming up, he's coming up. He's right behind me. Or she, I don't really know. Oh, he's coming up. Shift. Oh, it's right next to me. They're right next to me. Just almost there. Oh, this turn's coming up too. Can't mess up the turn. Mess up the turn is pretty much it. Oh, they're behind me. I'm still ahead. Keep going, keep going. Home free, home free. And boom goes the dynamite. And then I think I'm going to leave one last race here. This one I decided to go with another all-wheel drive car that I really like, the 2004 Subaru Impreza WRX STI. One of my favorites, and probably a more realistic goal than a Skyline. And I'm going to have faith in the all-wheel drive. Now, a bit better at the line there, you see. But I'm going to have faith in the all-wheel drive. I'm going to try doing this with no rewinds. We're going to see how this goes. So far, so good. Oh, not so much anymore. Very sorry, whoever you are. Oh, wide turn, wide turn. Okay. Now pass these guys up. As you've all noticed by now, I pretty much have just been playing import cars, all Japanese, the Mazda, the Nissan, the Subaru. The only non-Japanese one was the Ford in the beginning. I'm definitely a fan of the import cars. Don't get me wrong, I also like Euro cars as well, but, you know, these Japanese cars is kind of where my heart lies. I love them. Alright, we're doing pretty good. We're in fourth. Wide turn, wide turn. I'm very bad at these turns. But again, I'm going to have faith in that all-wheel drive. Oh, man. Okay. Third. Got a big straightaway here. This is one area where all-wheel drive is good, but also kind of not. Because with all-wheel drive, you're not going to have as high of a top speed as rear wheel, but definitely nice acceleration. And of course, with all-wheel drive, you're going to be a lot better on the corners. So try not to mess up here. I really should be shifting in the 6. There we go. Second lap. Turn coming up. Oh, hitting those traffic cones. Oh no! Very wide. Not good. Not good. Downshifting to get some speed. Gotta get back on the track. Back on the track now. Alright, braking for these turns. Not the worst turn I've done, but still wasn't very great. I really need to work on turns. Anybody watching this and you want to give me pointers, feel free to do so. I only play on a controller. I don't have any fancy steering wheel or pedals or shifters. I would love to, but those are so expensive. Because of course I want a nice one, not like a plastic. You can only turn it X amount of degrees one way. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can hopefully pass this guy up. Almost there, almost. Oh, tap the Lancer. Lancer Evo is kind of another real nice all-wheel drive car, but I don't know, I really just tend to lean. When it comes to the whole Evo and STI contest, I always kind of lean towards STI. Of course, in my heart, Skyline's just gonna wreck both of them, but you know. Take a sip of my Monster. Okay. Try to go easy on the turn. Second place now, so just gotta pass one more person. Just gotta catch up to them, but I got faith. I can feel it in my heart. I'm gonna do this. I feel it in my heart that this STI is gonna do it. It's probably because of the Naruto design. I'm gonna believe it. This car is gonna become the Hokage. Light around the turns. Come on. Shift up. Shift up. We're not. Now we're gonna shift up straightaways here. Closing in on him. Closing in on him. Man, I would love to be able to try this in real life, to actually drive on this kind of track. Alright, we passed them up. We went first. They are behind them now. There we go. I had faith. I knew it. So much fun. So that was Forza Motorsport 6. I really love it. Definitely such a great racing game. Definitely glad to have it on the Xbox One. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you've never played Forza before, definitely recommend you go out and get it. especially if you like cars and all that. Maybe you're not too big in racing games, red box it maybe. I would definitely, or maybe find a friend who has it. Definitely recommend playing it. It's so much fun. Anyways, that's it for today. Hopefully you guys liked the video, and y'all take care.